was playing professional rugby, had a really bad injury. Yeah, I needed a way to make money outside of that. People's lives can be changed by prop firms, and they can if you know how to trade and you actually do it properly. That it can really change your life.
It was FTMO and then MFF. They were like the ones that like started this whole industry.
Yeah.
So for it to be them, so it was like a massive hit to the entire industry, I think.
I've always advocate to get paid out from prop firms. Don't leave it in the prop firm. You never know what's going to happen, and get paid out. Use it as a leverage to fund your own personal trading account.
I think there will be so many changes coming over the next few months. What do you think about like regulations behind prop firms? Do you think that is something that might come into play soon? Welcome to the first episode of the Bespoke Partner Interview series. For this first episode, we have a special guest and actually one of our newest partners who is here in the UK, all the way from South Africa. So, hey, James. How are you?
Yeah, doing good, and you? Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We knew you were going to be here, and we said we absolutely have to kick off this whole podcast series with you as our first guest. So for those at home that are watching who might not know who you are, do you want to give a quick introduction into who you are and how you got into trading as well?
Yeah, sure. So my name's James Bruce. I'm obviously, as you mentioned, from South Africa. I've been trading for about 5.5 years. So how I got into trading, actually, I was playing professional rugby, had a really bad injury, and I needed a way to make money outside of that. And I was also studying towards my degree. Got to put that in, right? No, I'm smart. So that's how I got into trading was by actually accident. Yeah.
No way. So was that what your plan was, to play professional rugby until that happened?
Yeah. So that was my plan. I wanted to, be playing professional rugby. I thought I'd still be playing, but I actually haven't played in a few years. But after that, COVID hit, obviously, and so I got into trading about 2018. That was when the injury happened, and then picked up trading and never looked back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you first find out about trading, and where did you go to learn?
Well, to be honest, I always thought trading was a scam, as most people do, because you see the Lambos and that on Instagram, and you're like, oh, well, obviously, that probably could be true. But anyway, I got one of my mates was trading, and he's like, well, dude, why don't you get into it? I mean, you just you have much time on your hands, Kind of just got into it from there, and I started trading currencies with him, and took a few courses, and then I obviously found Austin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, how did you come across Austin? How did that whole relationship unfold?
Yeah, so I saw Austin in about 2019, but he didn't have a course at the time. On Instagram, saw him. He seemed like a genuine guy, good guy. And he came out with the course, I think probably mid 2019, and then I ended up taking it end of 2019 before COVID, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how was that? So you work really closely with Austin now, don't you?
Yeah, so I picked up his courses and I really enjoyed them. I think all the other courses that I took really didn't have a entry and exit system he did, kind of just trade support and resistance, but how do you monetize that, right? Okay. You need to actually have, entry rules, risk management, everything like that. We started working with him, and also he was, as I said, a genuine guy that wanted to help. So I think when I joined him, there was probably 85 members, and now there's he's got over 1,600.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So that is massive growth in the last 3 years?
Yeah, 3 years or so.
That's mad. How did you transition in from obviously being a student to now you're working alongside him? Yeah. You're his right-hand man now from what we see, everything we see online.
Yeah, that's a good question, because I get asked that quite often. Obviously, I didn't have a lot of money being a student, and professional rugby is not like a football player here in the UK, right? So, and that's also maybe why I was I need to make money long term, because you don't set yourself up for life when you play rugby. It's just not that type of money.
Okay.
So basically, I started trading in 2020 when everything was online, and obviously I wasn't attending my classes. I was trading. Supposed to be attending my lectures, but I wasn't. And my trading took off. So about after 3-4 months with Austin, my trading started to take off, and I was trading my own money. But then I had some private investors, aka my dad, that invested in me and was like, I'm willing to give you $10,000 to trade with, and then obviously we'll take it from there. And then it started to grow, and as I said, that's how I was able to transition into trading full time. We know that there's no such thing as trading full time, but that's how I was able to transition into that that space.
Okay, that's cool. So you say your dad believed in you and gave you the initial capital to actually start trading.
Yeah.
Like money that you can actually see good profits from.
Yeah. Well, it was also actually the first person to invest in me, and I have to shout this out. Was actually, well, she's now my wife. My girlfriend's dad actually invested in me first. So and then obviously my dad was like, "Oh shit, okay," So yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
So your partner's dad obviously saw something in you, believed in you, and I guess kind of gave you that little step up to get you to where you.
Yeah, 100%. He obviously believed in me, and I think he's really cool in the way that if someone has a dream or goal, he likes to, go for it. Let people go for it. Especially the worst that you can do is fail. And lose the money. Cool, but that's not like a life-changing amount of money for him. But for me, it was. At that time, and then obviously you do well, you get given responsibility with some, and you do well, you get given more. Yeah.
That's really nice. I think that's the first time I've heard of someone actually having someone around them to actually provide them with that and have the belief in them to give them that kind of money to pretty much change your life. And would you say that was like that pivotal moment for you into like pushing you into that direction of something life changing?
Yeah, 100%. Well, once I did well with the first bit, I think I had my first 100K year. But this was before prop firms and everything, and then. I just took off from there, but as I said, like I'm very grateful that they believed in me, because without that, I don't know what I'll be doing. Yeah.
That's amazing. No, I love that. So you come from South Africa.
Yeah.
Have you always lived in South Africa?
Yes. So I've always lived in South Africa. I actually was born in a town called East London, not here in the UK, but
no way.
East London, and then that's where my family still lives, my mom and dad, and then I moved to a town called Durban, South Africa, because that's when I signed my professional rugby contract.
Okay.
But then after the rugby finished and everything like that, now I live in a town called Ballito. It's probably like 30 minutes from Durban. It's like a surfing town, really laid back, chilled. Yeah, guys, we're pretty relaxed in South Africa. Yeah.
I was gonna say you do have like a very laid back, chilled vibe about you.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you came in, like I can tell the energy's like it's just very chill and very calming.
That's how we are in South Africa. We're quite friendly. You guys here in the UK, I must say, everyone's got their AirPods in, and we talking on the trains. Like in South Africa, if we walk past someone, you'll say what's up. It's like we really like, if you don't, you actually come across like they'll say, dude, you're rude,
Yeah.
But that's how we are.
No way. I bet coming to London was
yeah,
huge shock. You were like, these people are not nice.
And a lot colder, because in South Africa at the moment, obviously we're in summer, and it's about like 30 degrees in South Africa at the moment. I got off the plane in shorts. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it's very obviously today while we're recording this, it's very brisk outside. It's very cold.
Yeah.
I think this is probably the coldest start of December I've felt in a long time.
Well,
I walked out my house today and I slipped.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god,
From
it's
the
actually
ice.
icy. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's in South Africa. Yeah, it's as I said, like it's a surfing town. We're pretty laid back there. Everyone's chilled. In my spare time, I play golf.
Cool.
Yeah, so yeah.
Love that. That's a common theme as well with traders. You all like playing the male traders. You all like playing golf.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's good for business connections as well.
Yeah.
Particularly if you are good. Like I'm an extrovert. I don't know if you can see, but I'm pretty like I like speaking to people and meeting new people, and it's good. I think for building connections, golf especially.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and it always seems to be. It's like kind of like an upper class sport, I guess.
Yeah.
So whoever's playing golf, like you've got something about you, kind of thing.
Well, I think especially in London, things are expensive. Yeah, I mean it's 24-1 to the South African rand. So like let's say a beer or something like that. Yeah, in London it's like £7. In South Africa it'll probably be 1.5.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Again, I bet that was a bit of a shock coming here and being like,
of course.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you have to budget for sure.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. It's strange because where I live and London, again, it's two completely different. Although it's still in the UK, it's two completely different worlds. As soon as you come to London, you know that everything's going to be double the price.
More touristy.
The air's different.
Yeah.
It's like a complete different world, and it's huge as well. So I got into London and I still had like another 45 minutes to get to here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I was in Birmingham, I would just be there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I got off the train here and then you have to walk another 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, everywhere just seems far.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing since you've been here?
Yeah, so I've been staying with friends. Some of them are teachers, some work
cool.
in banks, stuff like that. There's a lot of South Africans in London. So just been chilling. And then obviously we had our seminar with Austin and Tom yesterday, which was really cool. Got to meet the guys in person because I haven't met Austin in person, and I've been working with him for 4 years since 2019.
That's crazy.
So it's cool to actually like see people online and then actually meet them in person.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like the internet can be not the best at times, but then you get people like we meeting today, and it's super cool to meet in person.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So what was yesterday all about? Was that like an educational seminar, and what was that all about? Yeah,
educational seminar, speaking on like our best ideas for the year. What have we doing this year to make money in the markets?
Okay.
And going into 2024.
Okay, that's cool. So you've come from South Africa, and Austin has come from
the States,
California.
Yeah, I know Tampa.
Tampa,
Don't tell him
yeah. Florida. Sorry, Austin.
And then Tom's from Leicester, I believe it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's from the UK.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's crazy. So the three of you have come from literally completely different sides of the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Come together and created this education
that's a cool thing.
Platform.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Austin obviously started it, but then, like, as he guys mentioned, like, I'm like his right-hand man. Tom can be on the left-hand man. Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, so we've been working together. Austin asked, because when I went full-time trading, I was trading full-time for like a year before I started. Like, Austin was like, dude, why don't you come help me coach and stuff like that. Yeah. And I realized, like, there's no such thing as, like, actually full-time trading. You have to have like other ways of making money to take the pressure off, and I'm starting a family now in the next year as well, and I know you're a mom, so to like to have other ways of making money besides trading, it takes a lot of pressure off. Yeah
absolutely. I have to say, since I've been having, I traded full-time, just trading for ages. Since I've had a salary as well on top of that, my trading is completely different now. Yeah, I'm 100%. It is just having that secure income. I just don't believe anyone should be trading like full time. That's all you do. Yeah, and I think you see this is where it's like a double-edged sword. People will be like, well, James, if you make money trading, why do you have to coach or do stuff like that? Yeah. And but then it's like, well, if I don't coach and that, people will be like, well, why are you so selfish with information? So you can never win. So you might as well just do what you're going to do anyway. But for me personally, I traded full time for where making money trading was my only source of income, and I went through a patch where I was like in drawdown, and it took a toll on me mentally, so you need to have other ways of making money. Anyone who says otherwise, I mean, why do doctors and lawyers invest in the stock market or property? Because they need to diversify income. Absolutely. And there's a quote by someone who says the richer people in the world have at least 7 streams of income. So if you have this wealth of knowledge, again, why would you just keep it to yourself and not put it out there for the public? And then people will have the argument of, well, you have all this information, why can't you give it out for free? But then again, a double-edged sword of, yes, I could give it out for free, but how much value are you actually going to take from it if I'm just giving you this for free? I think sometimes things with a price tag people tend to value more and take more seriously. So that's kind of why we have to charge for mentorship courses or anything, because we've put a lot into this. So we need to know that you're going to take it seriously. 100%. Like, my dad's an accountant, he charges for his time. Why wouldn't I? Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And again, that's what it is. It's that exchange of time that you're putting into someone. Yeah, exactly. And I still count myself new in the markets. I've been trading now almost 6 years. Coming August next year will be 6 years, so 5.5 now. And I've seen a lot in my time, but still I'm new. Like, there's guys that have been in the markets 20 years and they're still learning every single day. I still take courses because I can never stop learning. Like, I've got someone that coaches me. Austin coaches me. I pay someone, a psychologist, to speak to a psychologist for my trading. So it's not like I'm not learning either. So yeah, 100%. All the greats have a coach. I mean, Tiger Woods has a swing coach. Roger Federer, when he was playing, had a tennis coach as well. You don't just see people doing it by themselves. You just don't. Yeah. Absolutely. And people again like Tony Robbins, who's one of the biggest public speakers in the world, motivational speakers. He had Jim Rohn, who was his coach up until Jim Rohn died. And it's true. Everyone who has some kind of influence in the world still has someone behind them, like coaching them and pushing them into a better version of themselves. 100%. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that takes it back as well to the importance of having a salary as well. that having that there can almost be somewhat of not a coach, but that's like another thing that's keeping you up. So with your trading, if you do fall into drawdown, you're not having to go through the psychological struggle of being in the drawdown, but then also the psychological struggle of this is how I'm paying my bills. So how am I going to continue to do this? So I think, again, having that salary there, that helps you mentally in ways that you can't explain until you actually make that shift.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So, so your partnership with Bespoke,
Yep.
how did that all come about?
Yeah, so obviously I'm a big advocate for prop firms. Like, yes, I was trading and I still do trade my own capital and private equity capital, but prop firms, like, they give you, once I saw that if you have more money to trade with, you can make more money, right? It's the power of capital. So I've obviously been in touch. I've been following you and Kieran and Albert on Twitter, or X. But Max reached out, and I like what you guys are doing, and I think you guys are a great firm that are offering opportunities to people that can change their lives, really can. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that. We've got a very diverse group of partners now.
Yeah, 100%.
It's
I'm the first one from Africa, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, you are. And then we've got Venita, Brad, who's in... He's
yeah,
in America,
I like him. We've been in
Texas.
touch, yeah. He's quite cool.
Yeah, he's really cool. He's doing his live streams.
Yeah, I've watched a few of his live streams as well. He's a good guy.
He is. He's lovely, Brad is.
Yeah, so the guys at Bespoke, they good. You guys come off, obviously, the first time I'm meeting you in person, but it's really genuine people, you know, so that's what I liked about you guys. Yeah,
to be honest, that's the same reason that I joined initially.
Yeah.
It feels like so long ago now.
Yeah.
I think I joined in May. But yeah, that was exactly the same reason for me. It just seemed like Max and Kayla were just really genuine.
Yep.
Obviously for me, they were from the UK, so it made sense. Like I could form an actual relationship with
Exactly.
them rather than just being this online partner that's just pushing a prop firm and getting like, I don't know, a few perks here and there from them.
Exactly.
With Bespoke, I've been able to form a relationship, make an impact for the prop firm itself, and that's kind of what like brought me to Bespoke over anyone else.
100%. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I love that. So let's get into prop firms a little bit.
Yeah.
What's your take on prop firms? Like over the last 2 years, obviously they've completely just taken the whole trading industry by storm. What's your take on prop firms? Yeah,
as I said, I think people's lives can be changed by prop firms, and they can, if you know how to trade, and you actually, you know, do it properly, that it can really, really change your life. So that's changed mine. So I love prop firms. You know, if you make money and you do it properly and you get paid out, well, that's all that really matters, right? Yeah. So they're doing it. Yeah, I mean, obviously people are going to be in the last 2 months with my Forex fund situation, all that stuff. But I think, again, if you make your money and you get paid out and hit your bank account, well, I'm not complaining, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as well, something you mentioned earlier, the leverage that prop firms give you, they're giving you access to capital that we wouldn't be able to get ourselves.
100%.
That there's just no way, unless you were really pushing for private equity.
Yeah.
Then prop firms are just an easy way to make loads of money.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you can do it right.
Yeah, so I've been funded with a few firms, and I make good money from it, and I'm sure a lot of people make good money as well. Like they offer you, I mean, go trade personal capital and lose 10%. You can't hit reset, you down 10%. Whereas prop firms, like you can buy another one. I'm not advocating to gamble, but you can, like if you're trading your own capital and you down, let's say you got a 100 grand account and you lose 10%, well now you're down to 90k. You can't just say, well, can you put another 10k in my account? No, you have to trade it. So prop firms, like, they are different to trading personal accounts and private equity. You do have to treat it, you can be more aggressive with it, I guess. Yeah, but I love it.
Yeah, I agree. What's your take on prop firms versus trading personal capital?
Yeah, so obviously I've been trading personal capital obviously more. I think you can, like, I've always advocate to get paid out from prop firms. Don't leave it in the prop firm. You never know what's going to happen, and get paid out. Use it as a leverage to fund your own personal trading account. Or, like, for me, I put it in other areas as well, like property. I've just bought my first house, so like so thank you. So it's and I'm still new to all this. I'm learning from my dad, from everything like that. So use it for other avenues to fund your personal trading account, or put in other aspects as well. Yeah,
absolutely agree. That is always my take. If you want to trade personal funds, then absolutely take your profits from prop firms, put it into personal funds. but I prefer to put my money in other assets that can pay me residually. So 10 years down the line, I'm still getting paid. 30, 40 years down the line, my kids are still getting paid. That are the kind of things that anything that I'm making from Forex, that's what my money goes to. Like you said, property as well. That's a massive one. Because again, that's something that 40, 50 years down the line, if I still own it, that's going to be paying my kids.
Yeah, exactly.
So that is like the bigger vision for me.
And you got to see like prop firms as a way to fund that. Like if you're making money, like don't put all your money just into a personal trading account, because then you're putting it on risk again. With you, I mean, you can blow out at any day, like you can. So put it into other aspects and use prop firms to fund your personal account, but as well as other investments. Yeah,
absolutely. And going back to the personal account as well, all it takes is one day, one bad decision to completely blow that entire account.
And I think also a thing about prop firms I must also mention is that I think you got to focus on yourself as well. Like, you know, like there's always gonna be someone making more money than you. So if you funded with $100,000, well, guess what? You can make 2% a month. That's an extra $2K a month. Like people don't think like that with prop firms, because they see everyone having these 20K payouts and everything like that. Like I've never had a 20K payout, but I've had consistent payouts. They're just not that size, you know. So, but you got to stick to yourself, and if you can only get a 25K account, well, guess what? That's a start, you know. So that's how everyone starts somewhere.
Absolutely. I think that's what people miss when it comes to trading prop firms. And I've done it myself. I've wanted to get that 10K payout. I've had a 10K payout, and now every month I'm expecting to get a 10K payout. And even that is hard on your psychology, because you've had a great one great month. You're always going to be chasing it. Whereas if you can just make small, consistent profits, that is so much easier to maintain rather than keep chasing big profits.
Well, also like I think when I first started following you, maybe like 2 years ago, a year ago, I think you had that like 6K payout from FTMO.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was like, and that was, you're like, people don't make this type of money from where I'm from, and that's really cool, because that's your own like goal, your own achievement. So people, and then someone's going to come, another trader's going to make 60K, but guess what? There's traders in the banks and hedge funds and that are making that per trade. So. Just stick to yourself and use the prop firms as a tool, especially the trustworthy ones like Bespoke, and to fund other investments, as I said, and use it to make a great source of income.
Absolutely. And I think because there are so many out there now, it's so easy to diversify across the prop firms as well. So again, with the MFF situation that happened, that is only one firm, and I know that a lot of people were burnt really badly by that. So I think if anyone can take a lesson from that, is to just diversify across as many as you can. So if anything does happen, you're covered. I got burnt pretty badly with that situation. Really?
I had like a close to 10K payout that was due with them, and then and obviously I had like 400K in funding and 200K in like a phase 2, so it was a pretty shit one. And I haven't done like the chargeback. I actually was speaking to someone at the seminar yesterday. He's from the UK, and he was like, no, he did a chargeback, he got his money back.
Really?
And for all his failed challenges. But the thing is like, I think if you do that and then they come back, then you don't get the payouts and all the accounts back.
Okay,
so it's like, I'm just waiting. I think I have like 6 months before. So I'm just going to see what's going to happen. But
it's I think Al was burnt quite badly with that as well. I think he had like 600K with them.
He spoke. I remember him speaking about that.
So I mean, a lot of people were burnt by that, and that was, I would say that MFF was like up there with FTMO. Like it was FTMO and then MFF. Like they were like the ones that like started this whole industry. So for it to be them, it was like, it was bigger than it being one of these like newer prop firms. So it was like a massive hit to the entire industry, I think.
For sure. And I'd maybe want to touch on a situation like where people say, well, they use the losers from prop firms to pay out the winners, right? And I was actually having a conversation last night about this with some of the guys, and like in life, you need losers to have winners. Like unfortunately, not everyone in life is going to be a winner, and that's just the sad reality. But it's the harsh truth. And like, for example, right, I was one of 33 people that when I first started playing professional rugby that was studying a degree at the same time. I'm the only one that got my degree. Wow. So the odds are stacked against you everywhere in life. So you need losers to have winners. So and that's just the unfortunate truth. Not everyone's going to be a winner in life, and just like in trading, not everyone's going to make money. It's like everyone in the room yesterday, I told them like, not every single one of you is going to make money trading. Some of you won't even be trading in 2 years' time or years' time. So that's just the reality.
Mm-hmm. It's facts, and especially about traders continuing as well. Most people will hit some kind of roadblock when it comes to trading and mentally just can't do it anymore. And that is why there is such a small percentage of people who actually try to trade, who actually do trading full time and actually make money from it, because it's brutal.
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely brutal. But yeah, no, it's right. A lot of people aren't gonna win with trading. But again, going back to the point of prop firms make money off the losers. Of course, that is half of it, but there are so many different ways and so many different things that go into prop firms. It's not just the firm makes money when you lose, which I think it's a massive misconception in the prop firm space. And I know that there are some prop firms out there that do that. They are just hoping people fail challenges to make their money.
Yes.
But if you're running a prop firm in the correct way, then that is not the only way that the prop firm's going to be making money. Yeah,
of course. Yeah, I mean, and it's like in any industry, right? You know, just because one business does one thing doesn't mean another does another. Does the same thing, you know, so yeah.
Absolutely. And there's so much innovation now with the prop firm space that I think there will be so many changes coming over the next few months of prop firms just, I think, maybe becoming a little bit easier for people to get access to. Like I say, with the different ways that prop firms get paid, that then gives them opportunities to give back to customers, for customers to have other ways of getting paid. So I think the prop firm space it has so much more room for growth, and hopefully some of the misconceptions will slowly die out to give some of the people that don't really believe in them another chance.
Yeah. Well, if you're making money from prop firms, I don't see a real issue, to be honest. Yeah.
Absolutely. And as long as you're trading them in the right ways as well.
And and keep yourself. If you're making money, I mean, you know, it's like they're saying, like, people that are making money aren't talking about it. If you're making money from prop firms, like, you don't really have an issue, you know.
Yeah.
Unless they're messing you up or something. But like, if you're making money from prop firms, you don't have an issue.
Yeah.
But if you're doing something wrong or anything like that, then and you get caught and stuff like that, then they're the first to cry. But yeah.
Absolutely. And they're always the most vocal as well.
Of course. Yeah.
It's we see a lot of it.
Of course.
On Twitter.
I'm pretty sure, and I'm sure on the back end as well. Like So
it is a lot. But yeah, I think prop firms are definitely here to stay.
Yeah.
I don't think people need to be scared of them and think that the MFF situation is going to be a thing that continues happening. What do you think about like regulations behind prop firms? Do you think that is something that might come into play soon?
Yeah. I can't really comment. I'm not the most clued up on that space. I guess obviously after the MFF situation, people are going to be, and maybe financial authorities are going to be maybe more into it. But I think, I think we're just gonna have to wait and see. You can't really comment if on things. Things are a bit in an awkward stage right now with that. It's only been like 3 months since the MFF situation, so we'll have to see what happens. But I don't think I have the knowledge to really comment on it at the moment. Yeah.
I love that. We love an honest answer.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. I think regulations may come into play, but I think it's such a grey area when it comes to prop firms. It's kind of hard to say how they would regulate it or anything, so to speak, because it is pretty much simulated funds. So how can it be regulated?
Yeah.
But I do think something will come about. Obviously, it is like innovation for the whole industry when it comes to prop firms. So we will just have to wait and see what happens, 100%. I guess.
Yeah, and obviously everyone's different. Like people in America, the prop firms in America will have to follow different laws and that.
Exactly.
Like you don't get Forex brokers like a lot in America because they're of that one law. Austin was telling me about it. See, I don't know this stuff, but I know that I've always known that it's hard to get, like, you can't trade the NASDAQ as a CFD in America because of some law, and that's why they like lot of CFD brokers had to move their their licenses to like the FCA in the UK and stuff like that. So it's different for everyone. Like in South Africa, we might have different laws to you guys in the UK. So. Everyone will be different.
Yeah. I think it's so crazy. America always seems to be like the biggest place for traders, But it's the most difficult country to actually trade in.
Well, I think it's that CFD, because I think what
Yeah.
happens is, because on leverage, you see when guys trade futures, it's like, and stocks, it's different. Like definitely America's the biggest place for trading, but I think it's not Forex mainly. It's more like futures, options and stuff like that. Not really, not really currencies and stuff like that. I think that's more for like the banks or funds that will do that side. Most of the big, because I know a few guys that work for a few hedge funds actually, like I don't know, like Guernsey and stuff like that.
Okay.
They trade currencies predominantly.
Yeah. No way.
Yeah.
It's crazy that, like, obviously, like I say, America's like the hardest place to actually trade from, but it's the biggest. So they're obviously finding ways around it. So which is the main thing.
Yeah.
So what's your plans moving forward? What's in the future for James?
Well, next year, getting married, got a house and stuff like that. Thank you. But yeah, I think I don't like having like these goals and everything, because things always change, you know, like to make X amount of money or do that something. I think for me, just continue to grow as a man, as a trader, and continue to make connections. I think that's the cool thing that I've learned about a lot. Like this year, I think, like even I was still trapped in that mindset of like, no, I'm trading, and instead of like being like, no, you can have actual other business ventures outside of just trading, and meet people that, you know, that you can make money together. So I think for me, just going to the future, I think, just continue to take and be grateful for each day at a time. You know, I think a lot of I go to people that are more wise than I am, and older, that have a lot of knowledge, and they always say, like, James, there's going to be like 5 things that really big things that happen in your life, like maybe you get married, you have a child and stuff like that, but otherwise every single day it's just like small consistent things that actually get you to, like, the journey is the destination. Like, there's no end goal, and I think that's been like a big thing for me this year. Like, you know, like just when you make a certain amount of money, you know, it's just you going to want more. So, or lose money. So, so I think for just taking each day as it comes, and just being grateful for like coming to London. Like, that's super cool. Like, I'm really, really am grateful to be here and meet all of you guys, and have good people in my life. Yeah.
I love that. So you're just living in the moment.
That's a big
grateful for every moment, and just letting life.
Yeah, 100%. Because I think in the past, I didn't live in the moment. Like, I was just always looking forward to the next thing. And it's kind of like a trap. So I'm just grateful and just taking every day as it comes. Yeah.
I love that. I love that perspective on it. I think I'm very much the opposite. Like, there's always something that I'm striving for.
And that's good.
There's always something. But I think sometimes I need to just slow down and just appreciate what I have achieved.
Well, I'm sure, like,
now.
For me, I always see it like this. Like, if you had told me 5 years ago, would I be where I am today? I would say, I believed in myself. I would probably be here. But the thing is, like, I always look back on my journey and I'm like, like, I'm 25 now. I'm still young. I've got like lots to learn, but and I don't know everything. I don't have all the answers, and but I can always learn from others and just be grateful for the moment. Like, that's all you got. Like, and obviously I have goals and aspirations, but I think it happens every single day. You know.
Yeah, no, I really like that take. And you're only 25 as well.
Yeah, I'm 25.
That is crazy. I thought...
Yeah, it's probably because I'm bald, Madison. You don't know.
No, not at all. Not at all. But no...
It's all the stress from trading.
This is what trading does to you guys. But no, I'm so used to always being like the youngest person around. So it's weird that I'm actually older than someone.
Yeah, no, you 27?
27.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I'm always used to... actually, until I joined Bespoke, actually, Max and Lewis are both younger than me as well. I'm like, I'm not old now.
Yeah.
Getting old. But no, it's been great having you as the first partner guest.
Yeah, thank you so much.
This was kind of something that me and Max spoke about, and we thought it'd be good to just get the story of all of the partners of Bespoke, so people know who we are, who the partners are, and just get to know everyone a little bit.
No, it's been super cool. Thanks for having me.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for being our first guest.
Yeah.
And coming to London. It's been great.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. We will be doing some more of these, so you guys at home can get to know our partners and get to know Bespoke a little better. So, thank you so much for watching. As always, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any more of our videos. And I'll see you again very soon.